listen to what she was saying, that contractually you say you're going to do something. So there's actually also deception there. You're saying you'll do something, but you're not. Imagine if you were the one that hired someone to work for you. Imagine, because we're business owners, right? All of us are. And then the same person saying they're working for you, but they work for somebody else simultaneously. That's deception, number one. And then also there's more chance to make more mistakes, right? Because what you're asking them to do, they may not do it right because they're focused on something else. They're not sure which one. And then before you know it, the content you give them is now shoddy work. It's not good work that is being returned back to you because they're not even thinking. They're just doing. There's no thought process. So it's a funniest thing, and the stigma is not there because people think they're doing well. They think, yeah, it means I'm well. It means I am up there with everybody. I'm busy. I'm successful. Me personally, that to me is not success. I'm sorry. If you are overworked, you can't even think straight. That is not success. That just means that your priorities are misplaced, or you don't have a plan. Because if you have a plan, it's strategic. You have time for rest, time for work, and then you have time for your life. Otherwise, before you know it, it's either you drop dead, or the things you're thinking you're going to get, you get sick and you can't even enjoy it at all. So, but the stigma is not there. People think it's the right thing to do because they want to make money. That's my perception.
You know what's really interesting? While you were talking, it reminded me of myself starting early in my 20s with vision boards. Now, there's nothing wrong with vision boards, nothing at all. But my initial vision boards don't look anything like my vision boards today. When I was in my 20s, I had the big house on there. I had my favorite. Listen, I'm not a Maserati girl, y'all. I'm a Beetle. I love Beetles. I like convertible Beetles. That's what I wanted, right? But everything on there, I had a check for the $1 million. I had, the awards for doing this. And there's nothing wrong with ambition. But as I got older and as I started seeing that those material things were just not bringing happiness, that's not what was going to make me happy. What was going to make me happy was to live in my life purpose. My vision boards changed. All right. I have 2 or 3 things on my vision board that bring me peace, and they all center around music. And I absolutely am leaning into that. And I don't care to be Beyonce on the stage. I think as we grow older, we start to see the value in life. And this is why we hear our elders used to say, "Ooh, if I could just bottle that," right? Remember they used to say that, all the energy of the kids, if I could just bottle that we would have a better life. So, before we head into our final thoughts, I want to ask you all a question, because this seems like this is happening more and more. People are trying to normalize it. So as you guys start to give your final thoughts, I want you to answer this question. As we are now, as our age, we can see hindsight so differently. We can give the advice. But what is it that we can do to help the next generation understand that this is not a normalized way of living life, and that quality of life is better than what they're forcing upon us today? I'm going to start with you, Dr. Lene, because I would love to hear that, because you've got that way of bringing our brilliance out.